Hey guys, today I've got another knife review for you, this time the SOG Vulcan Mini. Now this knife really wasn't on my radar till a good friend of mine picked one up and we met for lunch and he showed it to me, and I was really impressed with this knife on several different levels. Let me go ahead and jump right into what I like and what I don't like about it. Here's the box, kind of basic box. This is my first example from SOG, so I was kind of excited to get an example from another manufacturer in my collection. Let me go ahead and throw up some stats here for you. Kind of get that out of the way so you can see the basic specifications for the model. There's a lot of flexibility for deployment. It's got a flipper here on the side, and I talked about in my Kershaw Skyline video review, I'm just not a flipper guy. I guess the best way to do this isn't to just simply push on the end of the flipper like that. I guess the best way is to put your finger on the end and build up pressure and then do it. You know, in my mind, I want a method of deploying the knife that doesn't require a lot of training and practice, and I'm just not a flipper guy. I don't like a flipper, but you do have very good thumb studs on this knife, unlike the Kershaw Skyline. You've got a nice detent here in the handles for your thumb, and the knife deploys very well with the thumb studs. I did do some work on the pivot screw just to loosen it up a little bit, because it was a little tighter than I liked when it came out of the box. Not a big deal. The third way is by using the locking mechanism, much like a Benchmade. The SOG has what they call their arc lock. This little mechanism right here that I'm showing that's moving, it kind of moves along an arc. That's why they call it an arc versus the Benchmade axis lock, but functionally it's pretty identical to the Benchmade system, which I really do like. And like a Benchmade axis lock on this arc lock, you can just pull that down and the knife can be deployed with a wrist flick like that. And you just pull the arc lock down again to put the blade back. Probably for me the best way is just to use the thumb stud. So I like that. I like there's a lot of different options there. Love the Benchmade axis lock, so I like this feature on this SOG as well. The blade length here, as I showed in the stats, is 3 inches. Love this blade. Love the finish. It's got a lot of polish to it, a lot of shine. It's just gorgeous, and it's made from VG10 stainless steel. That's a Japan-only steel, and I've really come to that's one of my favorite blade steels. You see it most used by Spyderco. You rarely see other manufacturers use it, but SOG apparently does use it, and it's a great blade steel. It's got some ventilation slots here. I don't know if they contribute much to weight savings, but they look neat. Adds to the aesthetic value of the blade. So that's gorgeous, and it's got glass reinforced nylon handles, essentially the same as what you might find on a Benchmade Griptilian model. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and kind of compare this to both the Mini Griptilian, so you can see from a size perspective. It's kind of right in between the two in terms of the Mini Griptilian and the full-size Griptilian. So you can kind of see where it fits. With that 3-inch blade, it's kind of right at the beginning point of something that you could, if need be, use in a tactical situation. I think it's probably just a bit more appropriate in that usefulness than the Mini Griptilian, which is really more of just a straight utility blade. And I'll go ahead and show the Skyline here, the Kershaw Skyline. You can see the blades are almost identical in length on these two. The handles are a little thicker. Right about the same. Let me see if I can bring out the griptilian again. Without putting a tape on this, I think they're pretty close in terms of thickness. You can see there that on the finger choil on the underneath of the SOG, it does have some kind of faux jimping. It's got some real jimping here on the blade ramp here on the thumb rest. I wish there were more real estate here. The jimping is well done. There's just not a whole lot of it. So I wish this were a little taller to give you just a little bit better purchase on that. But the handles, I like the size. I think it's a nice compromise between giving you enough to hold on to and not being too thick in your pocket. So that's good. Some people have complained on this knife that the tip isn't hidden enough by the ends of the knife. It just kind of rests there. I haven't found that to be the case. Some people have said that they've actually caught this tip on clothing and on their body when it's in their pocket. I haven't found that to be the case, but I just want to make you aware of that. The pocket clip, you know, I'm kind of of two minds on that pocket clip. On one hand, if you like a pocket clip on a knife, you're going to like this pocket clip because this carries very deep. You can't see any of the knife really when this is in your pocket. Someone's just as likely to think that this pocket clip is to a pen because it just does a really good job. But it sticks out really far, and I tend to not use a pocket clip most of the time. Sometimes on the weekends I do, but if I'm in the office or at work, I just would rather conceal the fact that I've got any kind of a knife on me, and I don't use the pocket clip, and it adds a lot of width to the knife. So I'm thinking of taking the pocket clip off, but it'll really depend on how you use it and how you carry it, whether you like that pocket clip. For me, I may take it off, but it carries impressively deep the way they have this designed. It's pretty unique from that perspective. This is not a new knife by any means. It won the Field and Stream Best of the Best back in 2008. So you know, I'm a little bit late to discovering this here in 2011. But it's a great knife and a reasonably good seller for SOG. Let me go ahead and get some close-up footage. Okay, here's some close-up footage of this SOG Mini Vulcan. Here's that gorgeous blade, which I like so much. Very, very attractive knife. Here's the jimping that you can see here, the thumb studs. A little bit more. There's the glass reinforced nylon handles have a pretty aggressive texturing to them. Not so much that it's going to tear up your hand or your pocket. It's well done. I like these handles more so than I do the Benchmade Griptilian. I think they did a nicer job. They're very functional without looking as cheap as the Griptilian handles do. So I like that a lot. And here I'll go ahead and show you what I was talking about with, you know, there's the tip of the blade is just barely covered up here at the end of the knife. So some people may have problems with that. Just something to be aware of. So there you have it. There's just kind of a quick video overview of this SOG Mini Vulcan. Came out of the box very, very sharp, sharper than a Benchmade, pretty close to a Spyderco, not quite to Spyderco's level, but with a few swipes on the ceramic stones on the Spyderco Sharp Maker, this sharpened up very nicely, as you would expect with the blade steel. So really, two thumbs up. This is a good-looking knife, and I think one of the advantages, even though it's it's probably borderline in terms of being able to use tactically, that's an aggressive-looking blade, and if you pull this out on somebody, I think it's going to give them pause, make them think twice before engaging you. I think it's got a more aggressive look than a lot of other knives that I own, like the Griptilians. Which of course is good and bad. If you brought that into work and just wanted to open a package or a letter with it, and you pulled that out, that aggressive aesthetics that it has may cause a whistleblower to run to their supervisor. So an aggressive looking knife has its pros and cons. Hope you enjoyed the video. Lots more coming. Please subscribe to the channel and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of this knife. And until I see you in the next video, take care. God bless.